Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another video. It is fantastic to see you. My first video got 1.1k views, okay? It blew my mind. You guys are wild and I love the support, okay? It's freaking fantastic hopping in game and you guys are like, hey, what's up? I watch your videos, and then you just keep asking me for more, which I'm super appreciative of. So speaking of, this video was actually requested by Doge to the Moon, so shout out to you, bro. Always appreciate feedback. What we're going to be running through today is essentially running efficiently, right? You can call it speed running, you can call it anything your heart desires, but we're going to learn how to get the most out of your time in each map and in each scenario. So stay tuned for a really good video and it's very nice to see you guys. Let's get into it. The first thing we're going to cover is mastering mechanics. Now I have a video called Noob to Pro Master Mechanics, something like that, that I'm going to link if you want to just get the basis of mechanics. This is going to pick up from that, right? So once you've gone through that, you've got the mechanics down. What you want to do is you want to start getting comfortable. You want to start having fluid movement to be able to gather resources, kill things fast and switch between the two. It's all going to help you take those times down and down and down until you're running some insane times, okay? Now, the next thing is your camera rotation quick switching. We covered it previously, but it is super important, right? So with your quick switching, you want to be able to hit the things that are close to you with your melee, as well as take the ranged things that either slow you or give you poison from afar with your bow. So you'll be swapping between your bow and your sword a lot, which will help shave down time so you don't have to run all the way to hit things that don't need to be hit, and vice versa. It just helps a lot with shaving down time. Now the next thing is to familiarize yourself with the map. There's different layouts for all of the maps and different algorithms, but there comes a time when the map splits. It goes in two separate ways, and that can take a lot of time if you go the wrong way, right? Because you'll be running halfway down the map and you realize this isn't the chest room and you have to run all the way back. Certain maps have an algorithm where the chest room can only be either 6 or 3 rooms down. Now the dungeon maps, typically chambers, pits, caverns, I believe mount, I don't run it too much, but I think it is that, it's going to be in the 6th room maximum, right? So on a split, you'll run 5 rooms down and check on the map. You should have a general idea of what all the chest rooms and variants will look like, and if you haven't come to the chest room yet, stop and turn around. On the woods map, it's 3 rooms, right? 3 actual rooms. So depending on the corridors, there could be 5 corridors or 2 corridors. It's each of the rooms that'll have resources, nodes, and mobs in them. You'll see the room. They're a lot bigger than the passageways. Now Sands is the same. It is the 3 room down algorithm. So if you're on a split and you want to find out which is the chest room, run 2 down, check the map. If it's not the chest room, turn around because you're going to the exit. Okay, so pathing. You've learned about the map layout, you've learned about the different segments, you've learned where generally a chest is going to be. So now what you can do is work on your pathing. So how to get from this, you enter in a new room, there's a couple resource nodes, is how to get there as efficiently as possible, where you could start collecting that resource node, which attracts all the mobs towards you. You can kill the mobs faster and then carry on with the nodes and make your way out. Now, an important part with your pathing is to gain ground. By gaining ground, I mean actually running towards enemies and meeting them and starting to take them out and then progressing past that point, right? If you wait for everything to come to you, you're going to take a lot longer. So work on efficient pathing, on efficient mob killing, try and kill many things quicker, and then work on gaining ground each time you're killing something. Now, how to get some of the most efficient runs is you sacrifice HP. If you are prepared to take a lot of damage, but dish a lot of damage using your mana, you will then wipe things out a lot faster, and then you'll progress a lot quicker. So an important thing for speedrunning is to learn what damage from what mob as well as how much of it you can take, in order for you to choose when you want to absolute face tank everything, or when you need to play a little bit more passively, or just a little bit more with your bow, because you can play aggressively with your bow and that works really effectively as well. Another thing is to learn what slows you and what prevents you from gaining ground and speed. The grods in the woods maps concuss you, as well as vamp bats on other maps. Spiders root you or hold you in place. So it's important to either avoid the attacks that slow you down, or kill the things that can do that to you before they can get their attack off and slow you. So it's really important to choose who you want to kill first. So you've worked on your basic mechanics, you've worked on your moving around, your pathing, you're gaining ground, and now you need to start choosing who you want to kill first, so that you're not slowed down a little bit each run, which affects your overall time. Another thing to touch on is your mana consumption, right? It's about having enough mana to take out each mob that you face. Your mana will slowly regenerate, and when you attack a certain amount of mobs, it'll go down depending on what mob you're attacking. How I manage my mana is I will use my resourcing to regenerate my mana. So if I have full mana, I'll go in and wipe out all of the mobs in the room, and then when I'm resourcing, my mana will start to regenerate, right? Then I'll have more for each mob, and I'll swap between right clicking and left clicking depending on the creep, because then if I don't need to use mana, I can start saving it up by just using my left clicks. So it's important to focus on mana consumption, because when you get to a room when you need a lot of mana and you don't have it, it's going to take a lot of time. So mana consumption, mucho es important. So now that I've run through a lot of information and I've covered a lot, it's time for you to hop in game and start applying these things. If you get stuck, I would recommend coming back to the video and working on a section that you feel you might be weak in, right? So if you think you're not good at, picking the right target, or your pathing is off, or you don't know the maps too well, then just come back to the video and run through it and start to look out for things, right? Because the only way to get better is to keep going and try and learn from what you did in the previous run and better yourself in the next one. So this has been my video on how to speedrun or run efficiently. I appreciate the nomination or the suggestion for the video. I sincerely appreciate all of your support. If you could leave a comment as to what you would like in the next video, I would really appreciate that. Not only does it help my channel, but it helps me to pre-record and aim in the right direction and give you guys what you actually want to see. I really appreciate the support. I appreciate the community. This is going to be absolutely insane. I hope you guys have a good week. I will see you in the next video. I have been Lucifer. Peace.